Once again, my guest is Doug Dietrich tonight, talking about the space program, the secret space program, where Russians had actually their bodies were thrown to the space frontier. Many of them died. Yuri Gagarin, of course, was celebrated as the first man in space, but was he really? That's the question we're talking tonight, actually asking tonight with Doug Dietrich, my guest. Right now, what I have is I was only able to get this from a documentary, and what it is it's the radio contact between Russian cosmonauts and the ground, and their failed attempt at going to the moon.
А я такого выбора не имею. У меня есть приказ, и я его выполню в любом случае. Что идет помощь, но где пока не знаю. Колонну, которая к нам шла, заблокировали. Идет бой. Стой, блядь! Кстати, прекратите, блядь. 11 прием. Я ранен, БМП выведены из строя. Я 10-й, я 11-й прием. Это вы по улице Маяковского пошли. Это по улице Маяковского.
Yeah, that craft like cracking up as it's crashing is just an amazing thing to hear, isn't it, Doug?
Yeah, space is a real bad neighborhood.
It really is. And I mean, I just think that we're so easily hearing about astronauts coming and going, we take it for granted, but those Russians, they gave their lives. Speaking of lives, the first female in space, I believe her name is Ludmila, and that's all they know her name by, was a cosmonaut who went into space, who went up, but she didn't come down because as she was re-entering, spacecraft got too hot, caught on fire, and this is probably the most chilling. And how calm she is as it's happening. We're going to play you that track now. Listen to this. I hope when people listen to this, they realize that there were a lot of lives that have been lost trying to conquer space. And what you were hearing is a woman. Ludmila is her name. She actually was the first woman in space, according to Soviet Russia.
Right.
And you hear her saying, "I feel flames. I'm feeling warm. Someone speak to me, please." And they wouldn't answer back to her.
Right, and she was also asking for instructions.
Yes.
And
give me something to go on. Tell me what I need to do. I'm on fire. She was just saying in Russian, I'm on fire. I see the las llamas, the flames. That's what she's saying. She's going down.
That's right. Also, they weren't responding because they probably felt that there was absolutely nothing that they could do for her, and probably just, being Soviets, they weren't going to give her any kind of spiritual comfort because that was not within their cosmology or their reality at that time.
Wow.
But I do want to say that this is testament to the human will, and it is a heritage for all of us. I have been responsible all of my life for destroying similar documentation, either on microfiche, audio cassette. All this stuff is what the young generation doesn't know about, but I do want to see the younger generation and all generations at www.conspiracycon.com so you can check out Mr. Clyde Lewis and myself and hopefully see us down there at ConspiracyCon Santa Clara Marriott on the first weekend of June, because we'll be discussing conditions like this that affect us all of humanity.
Doug Dietrich, always a pleasure having you on this program, and we hope to have you again soon.
An honor to be here, sir, and thank you for having me. Best wishes to the audience. You're beautiful people.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Doug, for being on this program. That's another Ground Zero for this week. We'd like to thank you for listening tonight. It was a very, in my opinion, compelling show about how the space program, or how the space was won, and how we need to continue to realize that it's a lot of hard work, blood, and courage that goes into actually flying out into space.